Hey YouTube, Bob here. Welcome to the last video in my series kind of chronicling my experience collecting the Wave 4 of Smash Brothers amiibos, as well as the first and hopefully only wave of Splatoon amiibos. So what you're looking at here are the bags in which my friend Pat brought home the amiibos that he got for me. You probably saw that in my previous video. And at his request, I'm going to take a look at the amiibos he was able to pick up in the original bags and with the original receipts, because he knows how much of a collector I am and that I like to hang on to, for the most part, those types of things. So let's take a look at the first orange bag here, the Toys R Us. And we have Greninja. And this was the second Toys R Us that he stopped at that day. The first Toys R Us was where he had actually pre-ordered Greninja, I believe, way back on the 27th of April, somewhere around there, when those pre-orders became available. So given that he likes to go around and collect things for me, he went to another Toys R Us and picked this one up. Some people in my previous video in the comments have asked what I'm going to do with these extras that I now have, and I do have a plan for them. And don't worry, it doesn't involve reselling them on eBay at inflated prices. It actually has to do with subscriber prizes. So stay tuned for that. So let me clear some of this away here. The next bag, purple Toys R Us bag. Original receipt there. This is the Toys R Us at which he originally pre-ordered Greninja and Pac-Man, because at the time he had just noticed that Pac-Man was also available for pre-order, and he didn't know if he was supposed to get that one or not. Plus, I think Pat kind of has a little bit of fondness for the older games like Pac-Man, so he picked this one up for me. So this Pac-Man is a double, and it will also become a subscriber prize in the future. Now on to Target. And here we have the Target exclusive Jigglypuff figure, and the non-Target exclusive, not an exclusive to any retail store in the United States, is Silver Mario. And I've seen these in the wild quite a bit, which speaks to the fact that Nintendo seems to be hearing the complaints of its fans and is starting to produce these amiibo figures in more of a mass quantity. So that's good news all around. And the final bag here is also from Target. We have yet another Jigglypuff and Silver Mario. I think Pat just couldn't resist, and he went to another nearby Target and was still able to get these figures, which up until now has pretty much been unheard of. As soon as a store opened, especially if it was a retail exclusive like Jigglypuff or Rosalina or the Gold Mario, those figures are just not available a few minutes after opening. So the fact that he was able to go to another Target store and get the two amiibos, that speaks to Nintendo ramping up production on these. So that's good news. So these figures here were part of kind of the first batch of the Wave 4 of Smash Brothers, and of course the Mario series amiibo. We've got Greninja, Pac-Man, Silver Mario, and Jigglypuff. Now the core, what I've kind of dubbed is the core portion of the Wave 4 amiibos, I was actually one of the lucky few to get a pre-order for at GameStop. If you remember, on April 2nd, GameStop was only going to be having in-store pre-orders through their website. It wasn't even handled through their internal system. And because of that, since it was handled online, the systems came to a crashing halt. And in all of the videos I've watched and stories that I've read online, it seemed that only the first or maybe second person in line was able to squeak a pre-order through their system on that day. So I was very lucky to have been first in line, and I did get those. And as luck would have it, they arrived today. So that's what we're going to take a look at now. So this is the box that the 6 figures shipped to me in directly from GameStop. And anytime I get a Nintendo item through the mail like this, I'm always kind of, feeling a mix of nervousness and excitement. Excitement because, hey, I'm getting a new Nintendo item. nervousness because, well, I didn't have a chance to pick the item myself, so who knows if I got a good one to begin with as far as condition is concerned. And it was shipped, so you never know how, hard the package was jostled or even crushed, perhaps, in transit. As you can see, this box has endured a little bit of stress on its way to me. So, yeah, that nervousness is definitely in effect now, but I'm just going to have to cross my fingers and hope for the best. So, let's see what we have inside. Already we have some packaging stuck to the inside of the box. At least they used padding. And it looks like we already have Bent, which is Splatoon, so that's not that big of a deal. Alright. Get the packing label out there. So the first one we pull up here that did suffer a little bit of bending, which looks like I may be able to bend it back, is the Inkling Girl from Splatoon. So there she is. And the next one to pull up is the Inkling Boy. There he is. And then this next one for Splatoon is a 3-pack in kind of unique packaging here. This is the only way that you could get this squid figure, at least for now. Who knows what Nintendo's going to do in the future. They may re-release it as a standalone here. But we do have the Inkling Girl, the squid, and then the Inkling Boy. And yeah, I do know it's repeats, but I did want to get the individual ones as well. So let's take a look and see what we have inside here. We have Lucina. And she is either from Fire Emblem or Xenoblade Chronicles. Those are the two games whose characters ended up in Smash Brothers that I don't really follow. Just based on the way she looks, I'm going to guess she's from Fire Emblem. And then the next either Fire Emblem or Xenoblade Chronicles character is Robin. I have a feeling he is from Fire Emblem as well. And then here are the rest of the figures. There's my other Pac-Man. Pat already got one of those for me. We got Wario. Very nice there. A lot of detail on him. And Ness. This is rumored to be one of the rarest ones in this Wave 4. It was the GameStop exclusive, and we all know how the pre-orders went for that. The only thing I'm hoping is that, like Jigglypuff, they've produced a lot more of him, just like they did with that particular figure, than, say, Rosalina, the store exclusive to Target in the past. So hopefully if you weren't able to pre-order him, he will be more available to pick up in store later on. And then finally, a Pokemon, which is Charizard. And wow, he's quite the bulky figure, kind of along the lines of King Dedede or Bowser. Those figures tend to have some heft to them. And so there you have it. These are all 12 of the amiibos that released on May 29th, 2015 in the United States as part of the Splatoon, Wave 4 of Super Smash Bros. And Super Mario Bros. Series amiibos. And a lot of us had to go through quite a bit to get these, either with pre-orders or waiting outside in line since, the early hours of the morning, or enlisting the help of one of our very faithful friends to go do that work for us. So Pat, to you again, I say thank you. I wouldn't have these if it weren't for you. So hopefully, if you were among the people who were not able to get your hands on the one that you really, really wanted out of this particular release, it seems, as far as the good news goes, that Nintendo is starting to produce them in a lot larger of a quantity. So even if you weren't able to pre-order them or get them on day one, hopefully you'll be able to get them in the near future as stores restock. Plus, as I said before, the doubles that Pat is getting me, I'm going to be offering as a subscriber prize. And I will be announcing the details of how that's going to work in the near future. But in the meantime, keep in mind those will be for Pac-Man, Jigglypuff, Greninja, Silver Mario, and although I don't have it here with me right now, I do have an extra Gold Mario. So I'll be offering those as free, totally free, including shipping. I'll ship it to you for free so long as you live in the United States. Subscriber prize. And in the future, if Pat decides to get me doubles for anything else, well, I'll be offering those up for prizes as well. But until then, I want to thank you guys for watching, and you'll see me next time.